Everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz. Jack and Letty are still at Lake Jackson. We're kind of still feeling out this quarantine, pandemic, stay-at-home kind of thing. Trying to be safe for everybody because they got the kid and everything over there. So, thanks for tuning in. We're going to try this thing. I've heard about it. I've had people tell me about it. I've had them tell me about it in pork and chicken and different things. So, we're going to try it today. Because it's a crock-pot thing, it's just to kind of set it and forget it. The recipe's going to be kind of short, so I'm going to answer some questions. I posted it out there on social media, man, so I'm going to answer it and get into all that. Before we do, be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the little notification bell, all the YouTube things, man. I very much appreciate it, and let's get into this. Okay, so this is really easy. You're going to need chicken, some potatoes, baby carrots, a can of cream of whatever the hell. I'm using cream of mushroom. You can use cream of anything. A packet of this ranch seasoning, and some milk, and a crock pot. You're definitely going to need a crock pot. Duh. Okay, so wash your spuds. Wash your carrots too. Go ahead and get those nice and scrubbed up and set them to the side. Get you a bowl and go ahead and plop out your, once you get the can open, go ahead and put it out there. Now again, I'm using cream of mushroom, but I've seen it done with cream of chicken, cream of celery, cream of what the hell ever. Cream of cream, I guess. But as somebody who has a soft spot for mushroom, this is what I used. Go ahead and be sure to scrape that can. Make sure to make all that noise. Mostly just, I do it because it annoys Jack. And then half a cup of milk. Just right in there. Now, at first, I didn't think this was going to be enough, right? I was like, that's not enough liquid. Go ahead and stir it around. That cream stuff takes forever. Man, it's big and chunky. You just kind of snap it around, get in there, get it nice. And then, once you get it done that, go ahead and mix the ranch seasoning into the soup before you put it in there. Right? I've heard people just dump it all into the crock pot and the heat will stir it and stuff. I don't trust that. I really don't. So just go ahead and mix it. Make sure to get all the paper out. It hides down in those corners, man. Be sure to just rattle that out. Rattle. Right? Now, get it off your countertop or your stovetop and then stir it. Right? You're just going to have to feed every living hell out of it. Get you a little whisk. It took me forever, so I'm using the magic of TV to speed this up. Just, and then set that aside, right? You get your crock pot. You got the inner crock pot thing here. And this is about a pound and a half of chicken. Mine's frozen, so it makes that cool noise when it planks around. Because I'm trying to cook this just for me. There's your washed spuds and carrots. Just put those right in top. And then put that soup right on top of it. I'm trying to pour it for the camera so you guys can see what pouring stuff in there. Now, it doesn't look like much. Now, once it heats up and things start cooking and releasing everything, it's going to fill that spot in there. Here's my bowl. I just showed you an extreme close-up of that. So, go ahead and put it in the crock pot. Set it on low for 6 hours. There we go. So, like I said, this thing's got to cook for like 6 hours. So, this is one of those crock pots. Pour it, set it, and forget it, man. So, while we have that, that's nice and it's really cool to do. It makes really boring YouTubing thing. So while I did that, I asked you guys for some questions, so let's get into it. I got to read them off here. I can't remember them, right? So Dusty Marshall asked, is personal security guard with Chewy Chambers is my manager. When are you going to start cooking for the Smiley Foam Works shop? So I can answer that right now. As soon as they pay for the food at an event, and I'll show up and cook for you guys, as long as I can film it, I think that would be a blast. Just to hang out with the Smiley Foam Works guys, because they're always in a booth next to me. I sell a lot of stuff at this LARPing thing and amp guard, doing all that kind of stuff. So that would be exciting. If you want to get into that, man, contact me, shoot me a DM, and we'll talk about it. Blake Royal asked me a bunch of different questions, so let's get into it. Do you enjoy the process of cooking, or are you all about the result? The former, are you about crafting food that you like? Okay, I very much grew up with food is fuel. It doesn't matter. Just put it in, eat it. It tastes good. If you eat something weird, you're from up north, whatever. Me, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking more if I'm cooking for other people. It's something that makes other people happy, makes me happy to do it. So I very much enjoy cooking, especially for other people. For me, it's very much like I'm going to eat it, so I want it to taste good, so I enjoy cooking it and doing it properly. What about crafting that I like? The noise, the sizzling noise, and being able to eat the food. I don't know if I could just cook a lot of food and give it to other people and just sit back going, wow, that looked really good. I'm glad I spent that time. So eating the food. Favorite thing to cook? Favorite thing to cook? Damn, I really don't know. A lot of fried foods are good to have afterwards to cook. They're entertaining and dangerous, especially if you're me and you get splashed with grease. So that's definitely a thing. So I enjoy cooking fried fish, especially for people that don't do a lot of seafood or don't do a lot of southern food. If I can do that for them, that's one of my favorite things. Favorite thing to eat that I hate cooking? Fried chicken. Like fried fish, I can do. Fried chicken has always been a pain in the ass with me, because you got to cook it just right, or it doesn't cook all the way through, and you get the raw parts and kind of stuff where you burn the outside. The batter's got to be right. Absolutely love it. Hate it because there's so many steps to doing it. Let's see. What fish do you like to love? When others make it, but only when others make it. I can't put that on here without getting demonetized. What would you want to learn how and make and cook? This is something that's recently come up on my live stuff over on Facebook, is eel. Like I've had barbecued eel for sushi and stuff like that, but I've been talking to people over in England. I really want to go over there, but I really want to try like different types of eels and stuff. So I'd love to learn how to make it, but I want to try it first. If I wanted to impress someone, date, boss, friend, but we're on a budget, what would you serve? I don't know if I'd want to impress a boss. My friends don't need impressing. And a date, the fact that I cook should impress most people, because that's a horrible double standard in our fucking world right now. Man, cook? Really? What the hell? No, everybody should be able to cook and do your own food. But that's kind of why we do this channel. If I wanted to impress them, I do a lot of really nice roast ducks and different things like that. I started with the duck à l'orange, right? Like orange duck for the non-French people, or non-Canadians, sorry. Sorry, guys. If I could do some roast duck and stuff for that, it can be very greasy, but if you do it right, it's really impressive, and I like doing that. What ingredients and spices must you consider a must-have? We've done a video for this. We'll put a link down in the thing. I already got to remind Jack, but we totally did one of these. This is a must-have, especially in Texas. Are you self-taught, or did someone teach you how to cook early on? My cousin taught me when I was 5 years old how to make scrambled eggs. Everything else I either picked up by watching people or learned from YouTube, because there's stuff like this. But I haven't gone to school. I haven't really been around stuff. It's usually at mom's knee. Hey, what you cooking? How you do that? Okay. Even though she has some recipes that she won't give out, that she won't get to me, that she is taking to her grave because she got them under suspicious circumstances. So that's a thing. So I learned to cook from friends, family, whoever let me watch or that will teach me. But a lot of it was like, oh, that's cool, and then trying it myself. So I learned from whoever would teach me, but a lot of it I tried myself and just did it at times. What's one trigger method that others would benefit from learning? Dishwashing would be nice. Properly cooking meat, because you have to do the thing low. A lot of people just don't know that. They just don't have the know-how to cook different meats at different temperatures to get them cooked all the way through and get them cooked right. That's something that is super basic and you would think would be easy to pick up as soon as you pick up, but very few people know how to do it. So that's a technique. As soon as you learn that, everything else is really easy. And then how to test pasta. Try shit on the wall. Let's see. And then my last one, like to play music while you cook. I do, but it's usually something I can sing along with. It doesn't matter if it's fast, slow, so like some old school R&B and rap, or we're talking like musical stuff. Like I was cooking this while the camera wasn't on because I don't want to get demonetized. It was the 2005 revival of Sweeney Todd, jamming out to like Epiphany and Pretty Women and stuff like that. Something I can sing and really get into and use my voice. Dwight Yoakam and any of that kind of stuff. I do enjoy musical stuff, classic music, Saint Signs, Brahms, Bach, that kind of stuff. I enjoy it, but when I'm cooking, that's more of a game time music. Like I'm about to go do some stuff. Let's put on some old school Saint Signs, man. Let's do this. Let's do the Das Macabre. Let's do this. Because I'm weird. I'm wired. But if I'm cooking and I'm just trying to get something done, it's kind of famous. Cleaning and Leonard Cohen's a great one. Sing along with that one. Buster Poindexter's another great one. I'll get into those. But anything I could really sing. Hugh Laurie is an absolute go-to. Like he put out some awesome blues music. A couple of CDs a couple years ago. Find those, jam out to those. Those are excellent. I mean, even when you're not cooking, those are excellent songs. Let's see. And then last question I got here that I can find before I jump back into this and cut this thing short. This is like 6 minutes worth of this. Do you know you have an Aussie regularly watching your show on the regular? I did not. Go ahead and put down in the comments where you're watching from, man. I know a lot of you guys are locals, people that we know, whatever, most people in Texas. But if you're watching from somewhere else, let us know. Put it here. Let us know. I'm actually curious now they said that. We had a couple of people from Korea that asked some questions about hot dogs when we first started. But I know it's on YouTube and anybody it's available for, but I haven't really paid attention to where everybody's from. So drop us a comment, man. We very much appreciate that. And let's start on the food. So I've been checking it. I do it about an hour every hour. Check it in, give it a nice little stir, man. It's going to thicken up once you let it get off the heat, but stir it around, give it a little bit, get the stuff off the sides, set. So this is after 5 hours, right? And this is at high where it's getting kind of hard of the thing. Not every crock pot is the same, man. You can turn it down and put it on low if it's starting to bubble up and get real hard on the sides like that. Best way to test it is see how cooked your potatoes are, man. If everything else, if the potatoes is cooked, you're good. If fork goes into it, a spoon goes into it, easy, you're done. There you go. You go ahead and pull it off. Now, I hit mine with a little bit of extra dill. I didn't need any salt or anything, but just the dill made it perfect because it's ranch. That's kind of my thing. This is outstanding, and it costs less than like $7, and you just set it and forget it. Perfect. I love it. Try this thing. Well, there you have it, man. It takes a long time. It's one of those things. Put it in, go do some stuff, work on these stuff all day, and then you have dinner. It's perfect. Smells great, tastes great, is great. If you try it, you do it differently, let us know either way. Like if you did it like this and you loved it, or you do it differently, or you changed up something, put it down in the comments. Let us know, man. Also, remember, tell us where you're from. We very much appreciate that. We'll see you next time, man. You can find us at YouTube all the time, but we upload on Tuesdays and Fridays as much as we can, especially with the pandemic going on. And then, but you can find us all the time at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen there, on Pinterest, Patreon, if you want to help us out very much. We appreciate that. Shout out to all our patrons. And you can find us on Instagram as well at Living Between, or at Facebook at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen there. And we'll see you next time.